All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Castlevania, Season 2, Episode 1. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. New season.
We got a squad.
We have a squad because we got a new character. Adrian, a.k.a. Alucard, a.k.a. the son of Dracula.
The fuck-mothering vampire.
Indeed. And I gotta say, love the design. Like, it's very difficult, I feel like, to take something as classic and well trod upon as the vampire and give them a design that really feels fresh and new and fun. But I can already see the fan fiction writing itself for Adrian and all of them, really. And I am very much here for that. So
I see the fan base with like little mouse now. Kiss.
Right. Why don't we all just fuck each other? Yeah, you know, just one big fuck pile. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Sounds good. Yeah.
But yes, there's going to be the drama of the fact that the Belmonts killed vampires. That was what they did.
That just makes it spicy, Caleb.
Yeah, exactly. But then also, Adrian wants to kill Dracula.
Right.
But he is still a vampire. So, like...
How like, does one kill Dracula?
Right, but also, like, you know, does that mean that, you know, if you kill then Dracula, that you just let... you know, him just take the spot that Dracula had? Because a lot of the people are probably going to be really pissed about the fact that these demons are here because of, well, you know, Dracula. So
right, but they're kind of a separate problem from Dracula now. Because, like, he didn't make the demons. He just sort of let them in, you know?
Like, so like, oh, run rampant, you know, do your thing.
Right. And so how are you going to deal with that?
Yeah, they're intelligent. Right. Especially that one with the blue eyes. Yeah. That one was like, oh, I understand the order of things here. I know where I fit in this. But you fraud little priest, your god is not here. That was chilling.
That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But also, that demon didn't even seem like, in the grand scheme of things, like that crazy of a demon.
No, probably like, just a casual demon with some kind of name.
Yep, exactly. Individuality, but, you know... There are others that are probably bigger and scarier and all that stuff. So, okay.
But all right. Okay. Let's get the party together and let's go figure out whether we attack Dracula's castle immediately or if we're like let's like, you know, get some equipment.
Level up a bit.
Yeah, let's level up a bit. Let's grab maybe another party member. Let's like figure out like, you know, how we're gonna scope this out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Stay right there, Mrs. Javara. I'm just going to get something for your cough.
Thank you, Dr. Tepish. Leaves and acorns. Probably turning into a squirrel. I didn't know you were married.
My husband is traveling abroad. He'll be home before winter's done. I'll be right back. I hate that you're not here. Every day. But I love that you gave me the knowledge to help people.
Is that leaves? If I have to chew more cud, I'm going to start making milk, Dr. Tepish.
No. It's a powder mixed with some strawberry wine.
You sound like the old wise woman we used to have. The powder turned out to be her dried foot skin.
My God. I'm amazed any of you are still alive.
Oh my God.
I don't know how we caught before you came here, Doctor. Magic powders. My lord.
Not magic.
Not magic.
Yeah.
It's nothing but things we used to know that we forgot or lost over the years. No foot skin required.
And of course. Witchcraft!
I am an emissary of the Archbishop of Targovishta. Do I understand correctly?
Tepish, Targovishta.
Yeah.
To this community.
I'm a doctor, yes. Can I help you? What? What do you need? Tell me. I'll gladly give it to you.
No sound effects.
Yeah.
There's some goofy animation too.
Here, Your Eminence.
Satan's tools. Make fire, clean it out.
What?
Wow.
I don't understand.
Look around you. Do you pretend that these things are not witchcraft? And help you?
It moves on.
Oh my god!
Ah,
It's a wheel.
I mean, I've studied times past and learned ways to serve our people more effectively. That's
I like how
all.
she's trying to keep this calm. And
yeah,
de-escalate
she's
and
doing a
show
pretty
us
good
what-
job of it.
Paganism.
No.
You may take some alms to she who was the wise woman of this village. Tell her that a good deed will...
Wow. The jealousy
Yeah,
of
uh-huh.
no longer,
Of the lady putting the foot skin
Yep.
in the treatments.
Please, you don't know what you're going to bring upon yourself if you
Oh
harm me.
no.
You threaten.
No, that's what happened.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Let me go. I'll leave. You'll never see me again. I can't promise your safety if you harm me. Not Satan. If you anger him, he's worse because he's real.
You're saying Satan isn't real? Yeah.
And then what happened happened. Wow.
All right. Well.
Oh.
Wait.
oh, no,
wait.
this
Wait.
is-
Wait. Wait. What is this?
This is definitely the present, I think.
Oh shit! Is this like
Or this is where
just
he
a group
went.
of vampires?
This is where he went. It's like a vampire summit, you know. Like, all right, so Q1 was pretty rough, but you know,
Right.
our blood reserves are up. Good.
My general.
Time to do a pub crawl, but of humans.
We prosecute a good war.
Oh, generals.
Okay.
Killing my wife, humanity has proven to me that they don't deserve Wallachia. We will scour them off the land. We will continue to use the Night Hordes, all the creatures of terror that humanity once drove away.
The only two humans in your inner court.
Oh, they're humans.
And they are the ones
Oh.
who will plan our next attack.
The only two generals in my court who are not driven by thirst, for we are about the business of wiping humanity from the earth. And they still stand with me.
What is this shit? Hey, where are you two going?
We're going to talk to him.
Why would he want to talk to you rather than me? Perhaps he wants to meet with his own kind.
Godbrand, you've never met anything you didn't immediately kill, fuck, or make a boat out of.
What? Make a boat out of?
I like boats. I'm a fucking Viking. You're supposed to make boats out of things.
What was that exchange?
Yeah.
That was so silly. I love it.
Did you hear Godbrand down there? Livestock, he said. So many of
She's
my
a great.
kindred
Yeah,
are the
that's
same.
really cool. Yeah.
They can no longer conceive of humans as thinking beings. You are human. You are not looking at the scouring of humanity from the earth as an opportunity to get the livestock under control and to fill stables and abattoirs and pantries. You hate your species. You understand that humans think and scheme.
Not what they think about, just that they think.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
This is the work we were born for.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying, Master. We will try to direct the war accordingly.
The matter is closed.
Of course.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, this is huge. So now we understand the scope of this thing.
Exactly. Meanwhile.
I wanted you, Hector. You sicken me. Do you understand? The moment you came out of me, I knew you were wrong.
Oh shit.
Money and power, boy.
Hector, unlock this door at once. Are you burning something out there?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. We're going to kill them all for you.
Well, that's a
They
line.
will suffer. The suffering doesn't really matter to me anymore, Isaac. Only the death. Only the death matters now.
Yeah, this is back in the present because
Yep.
he's tired.
Aftermath of this. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably not.
it's not Odin.
Fuck off, bird.
that shit. Speakers are heading out. Okay. Cool.
Your people are going to be fine, you know.
I know. And I know they have to do it. Other towns need their aid. And to have their stories saved.
You've always been with your family. You've never traveled alone.
Never. Isn't it silly? They're heading into who knows what danger. And I'm standing here sad and angry because they're together. This is where you're supposed to tell me that I'm not alone. You are really not very good at this.
I learned to travel alone early in life. Maybe I just got too used to it. Okay, look. I know a
this is
little bit
cool.
about what you're feeling. I'm sorry, but we have a thing to do now. All I can do is try and make sure it doesn't get you killed, so you can see your family again.
Alucard, they called me.
Don't know.
The opposite of you.
Brings that up.
Mother never liked that. Did you know that?
Gotcha. That's not his given name.
She loved us both. Enough that she wanted us to be our own people. Living our own lives. Making our own choices.
Empire probably.
And so we became
Right.
again.
Oh my god.
Okay, I love that dog. Holy shit.
He's not dead. We make life from death here.
Oh god,
You
he's a
make
necromancer.
soldiers for
Okay.
Dracula, which is one reason why he invests so much in you, despite your humanity. I actually came to apologize for my outburst.
Apologize.
Dracula brought us all here to fight his war, Hector. I should have held my tongue, so I apologize.
It doesn't seem like he was prompted to do this. This is
The other generals and my subordinates have some question. Hector, do you think this war is going well?
We're hardly losing.
No, of course not, but it seems chaotic, undirected,
Oh.
as if we were lashing out at humanity without any real plan beyond wild destruction. There should be order, right? Even in the removal of a species from a place. Wars have order, plans and maps and lines. It could be done in less of a...
Questions or suggestions, you know?
bring
I
it
don't
this
love
way.
the rest of humanity. I don't want to share a world with them, but the suffering.
Last of the dead from Gracia?
Yes, the Night Hordes took as many of their victims as they could for the Forges.
Wow.
That is so cool. And
That's
fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get zombie priest.
The Devil Forge Master at work again, raising the dead. Pity there's no more mistreated dead pets to add to you.
Hey.
He was being a lot more civil with him before, and then he's like, hey, don't kick my dog, asshole.
Yeah.
Come on, nat 20.
It literally took a D20 and we're like, let's use that.
Hey, it's a
as
very
the
cool
3D
shape.
model. And it turned into a bunch of D4s.
It's a very cool castle.
Oh, it consumes the land as like a part of the spell? Like,
I guess just the displacement of like, you know, it's
Matter?
instantly there, and suddenly, yeah, matter, air,
Has to-
you know, all of that. Just
oh, shit.
that
Okay.
was cool.
Yeah,
that
it's a setup
really
episode
cool.
for sure. But yeah, that was really cool. Okay.
All right.
Season 2.
Yep.
Focus not primarily on the main trio, but on
The enemy.
Dracula,
Yeah.
the enemy, and seeing what we're up against. Okay, cool. Wallachia is going to become the seat of vampire kind
And
in
also,
the immediate future.
right.
Cool.
And then perhaps once the humans are all wiped out, Wallachia itself will be given to the
Monsters.
the
Yeah.
demons and
The
such.
terrors of the night.
Cool. Yeah.
Probably
Awesome.
specifically to set up so that Trevor specifically can use his expertise of being a monster hunter to be like actually useful here, in that that's probably what they'll deal with primarily. and not necessarily that demons will be the only threat that they have to deal with.
Yes.
One, we have Hector and Isaac, which I love having humans brought up in this way as an introduction. It's really, really cool.
Yep. It feels almost meta in a way that Dracula. I'm so used to thinking of Alucard and Dracula as the same person. I'm gonna have to get used to them being separate. That Dracula is like, no. We as vampires, because we see ourselves as being superior to them and all that stuff, and in a lot of ways, I mean, come on, that's understandable, right? They're the predators here.
Privilege of their condition.
Exactly.
Yes.
We don't think of them as entities that will respond. It's just, we think of them like sheep, like cattle and stuff, and they're livestock, and we harvest them and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we need people like you that hate humanity and understand that they do think, and
they scheme,
right?
They betray,
and okay,
and they deserve to die. It's like,
yep.
Oh fuck!
All right,
wait, that's really dark because it's like, I don't hate humanity. That was what he was basically saying. Dracula loved a human, and since then, his desire for their suffering has waned to the point that he just wants them dead. He no longer delights in their pain.
Nope, he's just like, they shouldn't be here.
Right, basically a thing of where he's committed to this course, but he's not that committed. And this is a thing I think that is really important here, is that I think they're directly setting up that Adrian, who doesn't like to be called Alucard, could actually potentially speak to his father and have a conversation about this.
Sure.
Because he is actually the bridge between humanity and vampire. And then he'd be like, Father, do you want to kill me too?
Right.
I'm a human as well.
Yeah.
You could call me a vampire, but I could call myself a human.
Last time we talked, that didn't really work. Because
he was angry and
yeah, exactly.
He didn't want to hear any dissent from son. He's like, they killed your mother.
Exactly. Right. But now this could be a bit different.
This could be a bit different, and this is exciting.
This is very exciting and very much needed. I could see a lot of people looking at this episode and, this episode's just cool. This was a very cool episode. But being like, well, hold on, not a whole lot happened and stuff.
It's a setup episode.
It's a setup episode. But yes, that is very important because, one, if the creators of the series didn't necessarily think that it would get any kind of season 2, and then it's like, oh, we actually are getting more. Okay, cool. Let's start setting up the future of things, because if they are going to go after Alucard, we can't just have it be
Dracula.
Or damn it, we if they're going after Dracula, we can't just have it either be something where they're fighting demons or they're fighting Dracula, right? Oh, what are the people around Dracula like? What could be the potential steps in the antagonistic forces and stuff that they would come into conflict with before they get to the big daddy, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Now we see
Wonderful.
it. We understand it. And we even got some characterization for the other side, which is always, helpful and fun to have. So, sweet.
Right, because they're not necessarily all demonic monsters that basically just want to laugh and gorge upon humanity.
Right.
Some of them have deeply personal pain and stuff associated with this, where, for instance, I will just make a note here that we have a lot of people separated from their families in this line of humans that we're getting focused here.
Yep.
In fact, that was what we focused on for this episode with the main cast, really, was Sypha and Alucard realizing that their focus was going to be on how their families had kind of abandoned them in this way.
And the fact that we saw almost nothing with the main cast other than it showcasing that theme highlights it even more.
Yeah.
Like, because, it was very much like we haven't forgotten about the main cast. We're going to show them for a little bit because it is the first episode of the new season and they are the main characters.
And they're probably going to be segueing into their focus being the entirety of the second episode.
Exactly.
But yeah.
But, for the most part, let's focus on this other stuff.
It was a great way, I would say, to seamlessly transition from a flashback bit to give extra context as to reminding us, hey, Lisa not only really cared about people, but even when they were like, oh, like, you're obviously a witch,
right?
Like, she's like,
you have a mortar and pestle,
please,
you mix things together.
This is legit science. I understand that this is something that makes you go, huh? This is weird. But it's not magic.
Don't worry, it has nothing to do with God. The fuck did you just say?
Everything has to do with God. But I love that then when she realizes, oh shit, they might hurt me. Please, you don't understand.
Right.
There's someone who will hurt you way more if you hurt me. But she can't say who, because that won't, well, that will make things worse. But she also can't not say something because, well, they're people.
And that was probably the, and that was probably the biggest thing where I'm like, okay, theoretically they might have, like, okay, witchcraft and all that stuff, but theoretically, even that asshole of a priest dude or whatever
he might not have killed her.
He might not have killed her. He might have been like, okay, this is a problem.
We take everything you have and we banish you from the city or
exactly.
something.
This is because he didn't actually think that he was
her or something.
Right. I don't think he actually believed that she was a witch. It's
of course not.
It's
he's a fraud.
Right. You're a threat to my power structure, so I need you gone.
So I'll make an example of you and kick you out.
Right. And it will be in my own mercy.
I could totally see him still killing her.
They could have, totally.
But we won't know because once she brought up that there was a, someone more powerful than him that would, he had to respect in some way. Then he's like, oh, it's my dick is small. Oh, well, then I have to prove.
It's not just like it's not just a potential threat as like, oh, a different way of doing things. It's a no. Like, so
I am questioning your dick size in front of your other boys that are dry humping you on Tuesdays. So, so he has to, make his mistake. And I'm really glad that we then ended the episode. Well, not at the very end of the episode, but we showed
his body,
corpse getting brought over. Because if they resurrect him and he becomes some undead, like, priest of sorts, and his individual, like hatred and soul and all that comes through and remains.
Oh yeah,
that will be the coolest shit.
So okay, I sometimes will watch shows and I'll just be like, damn it, I'm literally working on making a story with some of these like world mechanic elements in there. But
hey, shamelessly just pick and choose little things from stories you like.
I love the aesthetic that they brought up in the first season with regards to a lot of like the supernatural stuff, and I feel like they've doubled down on that in this episode in some ways that I really enjoy. The whole idea of, oh yeah, we have zombies. Okay, cool. Lots of fantasy stories have zombies.
But how do you have zombies?
How do you have zombies? We do some magic forge stuff with the corpses, and that's how we have zombies. Okay, cool.
Right.
That looks dope as fuck. We get it introduced to us through the dog, which communicates to us that these zombies are not necessarily mindless. That dog had personality and emotions.
And it was cared about Hector. Hector and Isaac. Yeah.
That already is setting it up to be way more interesting than most like traditional zombie horde army type situations, right?
I want him to give them also like magical enhancements and powers and shit.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because like the thing that I love and probably love so much about like high fantasy stuff and things like this is that when you look at a typical trope of a monster of some kind that everyone uses and a bunch of other things. So insert vampires here. You can have different types of those things instead of having it be all vampires are this.
Right.
You have Godbrand, who's a Viking culturally, but is also a vampire.
Right.
But the thing that I find actually to be potentially rather interesting is I'm like, wait a minute, but vampires can't touch running water. So maybe in this world,
the boats are very important. So they can cross the running water. It's the no, you don't get it. Like I could totally see Godbrand being like, you don't get it. Boats are the fucking bomb. Like they're the best.
Are the best, man.
Like we're vampires. Running water is a problem.
Yeah, boats, of course. I took 35 human corpses and strung them together to make a boat.
Why haven't you?
When there's fucking running water.
Right. Like, and also,
or maybe these vampires just don't care. It doesn't matter. Right. It's just a fun little thing to add to the world building.
But then on top of that, Godbrand's personality was already made to be in this episode something that went from like, okay, he's the stereotypical brute that is like, I don't like you.
I don't understand what's going on, so I'm gonna get angry.
And there's a purpose for that in stories. It makes certain things narratively a lot simpler. You have conflict for the antagonists as well. You have a reason to give exposition.
Characters.
Exactly.
These guys are important, audience.
But then afterwards, he comes in and he's like, hey, I would like to
That was an
apologize.
outburst,
That
you
was
know.
an outburst. That was disrespectful. Like, I almost expected him to be like,
Dad told me to come here and,
No.
you know, apologize.
So
But I don't think
potentially,
he did,
but not
yeah.
even that. I could have seen it being something where it's like, I've been talking to a therapist and they've been telling me that I really need to learn how to properly channel my anger, and that just was something that was misdirected, right? You know, so like,
Yeah, I've been speaking to Argos, the therapist vampire.
right.
You know,
it's therapy is very important for us immortals and stuff, and you don't need to understand that. But the point is, I acted out, and I don't want to be the kind of. I feel like I set a bad, establishment for the relationship, and so I would like to rectify that. But I do have some concerns that I feel like are valid with how this war effort is going on. Like he seemed like a very understanding dude, even though he also has
he's
an
just
ego.
a racist.
Yeah, like he doesn't like the fact that he has to like answer to these people. But
did you notice that? Like the way they're like, look, it's the racist idiot, and it's just the thing of where he like comes in, he's like, why don't humanity? You know, it's just like, oh my god, this is so funny. Now it's obviously it's more like speciesist or like something
because
like that. Cause,
it's the like, yes, they would see humans as livestock. Like
Dracula's like,
that's
I'm not
makes
exempt from
sense.
that.
Right. We don't necessarily. Well, okay, some humans do, but a lot of humans don't necessarily think about the life and thoughts and feelings of the burger that they just ate. Right. So sure.
Not at this time they don't.
Certainly not at this time, right?
They're not that privileged.
Yeah, but like him coming up and apologizing and being like, "Hey, what?" Like, yes, it did end up being sort of a thing of like, this needs to be changed. But the question of like, okay, we're wiping out the humans, but like, what do we do? Like, do we want to just completely destroy, or do we want to be like smart with how we wipe them out? Because if we're turning over the lands to like ourselves, because we're going to rule it, but then also Wallachia to like the terrors of the night and everything, I feel like we want to be a bit more
orders, maps, and lines.
Yeah, right.
The way he's like, I have an intelligence of 10. I know what I'm talking about.
I know the shield wall. That's very important stuff. Like, so like let's talk shop here.
When I Viking raid, we don't just want and murder. We choose a specific town.
Yeah.
We specifically go to the church because they got the good shit there. They take that shit from everybody. So we go there and we plunder the shit out of that. But then we leave so that they can refill things, and then we come back like a year or two later,
right?
And maybe they got some palisade walls and a little militia or whatever. Fuck that. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
But we go again and we get them because they're gonna get the good stuff again.
Exactly.
Thinking that God will protect them.
It's a good long-term sustainable relationship.
Business strategy.
Yeah, right. Like this is so.
Literally, my Q1 joke before like anything even started actually works really well. With,
like the thing that I said before we even started
Investors
the reaction
meeting of the war. Q2,
right?
Lots of human death. That's good. That's good. Q3, we actually kind of had to shut down a couple of the demons. They just were a bit too crazy. So that
exactly.
happened.
HR had a problem with them.
Q4, your zombie new model launched. It was quite effective.
Right. Like the main cast is already very like shippable and has tons of personality and things like that.
The villains now do too.
And I'm like,
great.
I'm like, holy shit! I was expecting we were just gonna have like some fantastic like action and like cool world and stuff in this show, right? But now I'm thinking like this could also end up being like, weirdly enough, one of my favorite like sitcom like type situations where it's like,
it's a dark world, but there's real human beings,
even amongst the non-humans. And I feel like the dire situations and the dark subject matter just highlights the comedy even more. And so seeing these mundane kind of concerns amidst all of this craziness is just. It's a delight to me. I love it.
Yeah, well, also framed as that Hector was the one that has the, I burned my own parents alive in our house or something like.
Yep. I kind of want at some point for Godbrand to be like, you've got a lot of like bottled up emotions and stuff, and you really need to process that. Otherwise, it's going to affect your work.
No, Isaac's gonna say that.
Sure. Yeah.
Isaac's gonna be like, you have not the bottled up emotions, and he's like. Fuck you, dude. We told you. I told you.
We're not keep this professional.
Keep it professional.
Yeah,
my man.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. You've been off your game. Yeah. But y'all, this has been a really great first episode of season 2. Really excited to see the trio move out, get stuff done.
Yep.
And Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about other stories in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We do streams Tuesday through Friday. The info is in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.